All right, this is going to be our lesson for the Chapter 8 Show What You Know. And here are your 4 Do Now problems. There is not any spiral review for the Show What You Know. So go ahead and just pause these right here and work these out best you can. All right, let's go over how to do these. So the first one, we're simplifying. Remember, when you simplify, you need a number that divides evenly into the top and the bottom. And right away, I can see both of these numbers can be divided by 3. So I'm going to start with a number 3 and divide them by 3. I might have to go further, but let's check this. So 3 fits into 3 once, 3 fits into 9 3 times. Now 13, remember, is a prime number, so the only number that you can divide 13 by is 1 and itself. So we're going to just leave that one. And then 3 goes into 3 once, 3 into those 2 zeros. So 13 over 20 is as simplified, or I'm sorry, 13 over 100 is as simplified as that one will go. All right, then it's the median. Find the median number of the following numbers. So the median is always the middle, but it's not just the middle number. Like, it's not number 1 here. The first job you have to do when you're finding your median number is to put these in chronological order, or from smallest to largest. So I rewrite the numbers in chronological order, and then I find my middle number. So 7 would be the correct answer for the median in that list of numbers. The mean is the same as the average. The mean is when you add up all the numbers together and divide by the number of numbers. So 7 plus 3 is 10, plus another 10 is 20, plus 2 is 22, plus 8 is 30. So I have 30 when I add all of these numbers up together, if I put addition signs there. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So I have to divide that 30 by 5. 5 fits into 36 times, so my mean, my average, is 6. All right, let's try this one. We're doing a long division problem here. So 13 times 2 is 26, and that does fit in here. So because I'm going into the whole 29, I'm going to place that first digit, the 2, right over the 9. 2 times 13 is 26. I get 3 leftovers there, and then I bring down the next number. 13 goes into 39 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. So I have 0 leftovers, but I still have a number down here, so I'm not done yet. I have to go one more spot because every bottom, once you get going on division, every bottom needs a top, just like containers with lids. So 13 doesn't fit into 0, it just goes 0 times. So your answer should be 230. Okay. Next, I just want to go over the directions here for the Show What You Know. Remember, your Show What You Know is the things that you learned in 5th grade, but I do realize that we had to exit early a little bit last year, so some of this could be hard for you still, even though you may have seen it before. So find the unknown number, write which multiplication property you used. So this, to equal that, I would have to multiply by the number 1. So I am using the identity property of multiplication. When you multiply by 1, that's the identity property of multiplication. So then this one, we are switching places. So remember, when you're moving numbers, when you're switching places, you're commuting. So when I come to work every day, I commute to work. I drive my car from my house to work. I'm commuting. I'm moving from one place to the other. So here we are moving our 9 from the front to the back. So we are commuting, or this is the commutative property. And all right. Okay, so next we have evaluate each expression. And when we evaluate each expression, we're taking the value of the variables and substituting those variables in for the variables in our problem. So remember, when you have a coefficient or a number in front of your variable, that means you're going to multiply those two numbers together. So here we have the 4 times a, or 4 times 5. So I'm going to write it like this, 4 times 5 minus, I have 2b, or that's 2 times b, and b is going to be 3. So 2 times 3. Now remember, whenever you do math problems, you should always be using PEMDAS. The order of operations will tell you what to do first, second. So there isn't any parentheses, so no parentheses. There isn't any exponents, but there is some multiplying here. So we're going to do the multiplying first. So 4 times 5 is 20, and then 2 times 3 is 6. And then finally we can do the subtraction problem, and we will get 14. Let's do another one like that. Let's do number 6 here. So we have 4s divided by t plus 10. So s is going to be 9. So we'll do 4 times 9 divided by t is 3. So 3 plus 10. But again, most important thing is the order of operations. So PEMDAS. P, no parentheses, so we're good there. E, no exponents, so we're good there. Multiply and divide from left to right. So multiply or divide from left to right, and this multiplying comes first. 4 times 9 is 36. And then I just write down everything the same. I still have some division here, so that comes next. 36 divided by 3 is 13. So it'll be 13 plus, I still have this 10. So 13 plus 10 is 23. All right. And then we have one more type of problem I want to go over with you. It says find the sum. Write the sum in simplest form. So here, the main idea here, there's two main ideas actually, is when you are adding or subtracting decimals, we need to line up the decimals. So for this one, it'll be 35.68 plus 17.84. So I lined up my decimals just like buttons on the shirt, and then I can add those. So I always start here at the smallest digit, and remember we keep carrying over. So here I have 12. 8 plus 6 is 14, plus one more is 15. I'm going to put that decimal down because I button up my decimals. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus one more is 13. Carry my 1, and then 3 plus 1 is 5, so 53 and 52 hundredths. Then when we're adding and subtracting with fractions, remember you need to have a common denominator. You can't just start adding the bottom of your fraction, right? So we need a common denominator. And here, if I do the multiples of 5, 10, 15, 20, and I do the multiples of 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and the least common multiple is 20. So I know that is going to be my common denominator. So I'm going to write that on the bottom of both of those fractions. But I can't just write it on the bottom and not change the top, because that would not be equal or equivalent. So if I have 2/5, I'm changing my 5 to 20. I had to multiply 5 times 4 to get to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 5. So I also have to multiply that top number by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Down here, I had to change my 4 to a 20. I went to 5 times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 4 is 20, so I have to multiply the top by 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Now I have a common denominator. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13/20. All right, so I'm going to let you try some problems like that, and I will be around to help you. Good luck.